All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining today's workshop. So I see we've got a number of people already on. Let me move through here. So just a quick intro, and then we'll wait a few more minutes, let everyone kind of join, and then we'll get started. So today we've been joined by Oren Sharnoff, CEO at Fondue. Did I pronounce that right, Oren?
It's good. You made it sound fancier than it is, but I'll take it.
Excellent. Yeah. So we've been joined by Oren. We're also joined by our demand generation manager, Michael Glover. He's on board as well today. So Michael, say hi.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, super quick thing from me before we get started. I'm just going to kind of sit back in the background as a moderator. But if anyone has any questions, we do have a bit at the end for Q&A. So there is a little widget down in the right. Apologies if you've used this software before and you know this, but just in case anyone hasn't, there's a little widget down in the right. You can add a question there and ask a new question. I'll then just keep tabs on those. And towards the end, once we get to that spot, I'll just ask away with a list of those questions. Ideally, don't post them in the chat section. We will keep an eye on those, or I'll keep an eye on the chat section. But for anything specific, questions-wise, put them in the questions tab, and then we can very strategically and systematically go through them at the end and make sure that everyone gets their questions answered properly.
Sounds good. All right. So hello, Ahmed. Hey, Angela. Yeah, so before we kick off, where's everyone located? So we're all in different places. We'd love to hear. We got Theory from Montreal. Nice. I'm in Miami, Florida. Oren, where are you located right now? Maryland. Nice.
Typically Tel Aviv, but today in Maryland.
Cool. Candace from Louisville. All right. Ben from UK. Nice. Michael is also in the UK. Let's see here. There's Norway. Cool. From Croatia. Awesome. Very exciting. Mariana from Colombia. Hey, Mariana. One of our team members. Nice. Okay, cool. So we're at 103 here. I think we've got a good number of people on board. Oren, you ready to get going here?
Let's do this.
Let's go. Cool. Well, if you don't know Fondue, Oren, if you could just give us a little bit of an overview on Fondue before we jump in here.
Totally. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Ethan and Michael, fun to collab on always. Long-time listener, first-time caller. So stoked to be here. I'm Oren. I'm one of the founders at Fondue, which is now a PostScript company. Recently was announced we were acquired by PostScript, and that's correct. That's where we work now. And it's been awesome. What we do at Fondue at a high level is we replace coupon codes because we think they're the devil with a higher converting and more profitable discount type. We do this with our team of folks in Tel Aviv and now all over the States. And we're just super thrilled that we get to have a bigger impact on more brands faster now that we get to do this as a PostScript company.
Exciting. Yeah, really happy for you guys. And we're excited to see your journey now being part of PostScript.
Me too. Thanks.
Cool. Yeah. So in case you don't know who I am, I'm Ethan Denny, co-founder CEO of ConvertFlow. ConvertFlow is the funnel builder for e-commerce. So you can launch your funnels fast with ConvertFlow and grow faster. You can build landing pages, pop-ups, quizzes, one-click upsell campaigns, product recommendations for your site, and really create a guided experience for guiding shoppers from visit to checkout. Okay, so today we're going to be covering a few things. We're going to be talking about, one, the issues holding brands back from scaling profitably. We're also going to be talking about the cashback plus quiz funnel strategy that you can use for increasing sales and profits. Next, we'll be talking about how to boost sales and AOV. How to increase profits and LTV by ditching coupon codes for cashback offers, right? So we'll have a nice segment here by Oren, which I'm excited to hear about. And then also we'll be talking about how to boost your sales and average order value with a quiz funnel. Cool. So let's jump in. All right. So fast growing brands know that one of the keys to scaling profitably is obviously getting return on ad spend. The sooner they can get a return and the higher that return is, the faster they can grow. And so many brands that are struggling to scale usually have some specific issues that we see. And these issues ultimately lead to a lower return on ad spend. They're suffering from high abandonment rates, low average order value on most purchases. Their margins are too low on most sales, and they have a low customer lifetime value, which again makes it harder to get a good return on ad spend. And all these results, if these brands are not fixing these things, then it makes it harder to reinvest in growth quickly. So why do many of these brands face these issues? Well, one, their store is not designed like a funnel. So their stores where they're sending most of their traffic. So if shoppers are landing on a home page, for example, in most cases, shoppers are overwhelmed with options, and they have too many options in terms of which products to visit, which collection pages to check out, and that's one of the reasons why abandonment rates are so high. The more clicks a shopper has to make in order to find the right product, the more likely they are to bounce. And then for the small percentage of shoppers that do buy, the average order value may be too low for the brand to break even on their ad spend and to acquire that customer. Now, the second reason is that their store is giving away all of their margins and profits on sales with coupon codes. So that's obviously affecting their margins, affecting profits, and it's affecting the lifetime value of a customer. Oren, I don't know if you have anything you want to chime in here on before we move forward, but you're much more familiar with this problem than I am here.
Yeah, look, for D2C brands, particularly those built on Shopify, the shopper isn't coming to the brand because of price. While it's certainly a consideration, there is cheaper, inferior substitutes on the marketplaces. So although that shopper needs those like dopamine hits, the currency of conversion, there's whatever, a little salesy, but nonetheless, like they have a positive impact. The coupon codes don't know how to discriminate between who actually needs this discount and who doesn't. Instead, you're just subsidizing purchases to everybody. So we just think this is like some stale, stinky tech that people are using and don't have much of a discount strategy.
Makes sense.
But nonetheless, discounts are important.
Makes sense. So, if your store's facing any of these issues and you're trying to make a channel profitable for you, what can you do? One, you can ditch the coupon codes and increase your profits and LTV with cashback offers. So we'll be able to talk about that a little bit today. Two, you can increase your sales and average order value with a quiz funnel. So we'll be talking about how you can take your shoppers from, let's say, your cashback offer or from offers you're running on your website and taking them through a guided path that helps you increase average order value rather than allowing visitors to essentially just guide themselves and potentially bounce. So here's what the funnel looks like that you're going to see today using these two strategies together, engaging shoppers with a cashback offer. Oren's going to talk to that a little bit. After your cashback offer, driving people into a quiz in order to find out what their shopping preferences are and being able to essentially recommend the right items and right products to them. And then from there, being able to provide these shoppers with a one-click upsell offer based on what they've added to the cart. So making sure that these offers are personalized to the shopper. And then eventually we'll be talking about a retention offer, which is something that you can do to increase LTV. And we'll make that like a bonus tactic here at the end. All right, so how does it work? Let's get to it. So we'll start with the first campaign in the funnel, which is the cashback offer. So Oren, if you'll enlighten us here how to use cashback offers instead of coupon codes and why should we be doing it?
Totally. So wherever coupon codes are being used today is an awesome place for cashback to be used. But what's great about this funnel that you're speaking about in the beginning, this customer journey, is this is where nearly every brand we work with starts off, is displacing coupon codes in the pop-up and welcome series. So firstly, why ditch them at this point on the pop-up? Because they work better, right? It is a more compelling offer. It's not a stale coupon code. And it can lead to more growth. It can lead to higher list size, and it can specifically lead to also more margin per conversion. But if we take a step back before we get like, super tactical, like if we wanted to quantify the coupon code addiction that brands have, we ask them all the time, do you have a discount strategy? And most brands will say, I'd like to, or yes, we want to less. And they'll say, okay, wow, so like, how much are you discounting today? There's a view inside of Shopify, inside their reports. It's called the discount report. We find it as one of the most underutilized reports there. And interestingly, if you look at the difference between gross sales and net sales, it's net of returns, and everyone has a return strategy, and it's net of discounts. So firstly, you can measure how much of a problem coupon codes are, and then you can address it at the number one automation and flow that brands have at the pop-up and welcome series. So firstly, that's why this is important and a way to measure it. So if you could just go ahead and click over to the next slide, this will double down on the point that I was making before, which is your shoppers don't always need that discount because they are not always price sensitive. They are not going to your D2C site to price compare. They're going because they're connecting with something more meaningful, which you can further unearth with a quiz to really understand why is the shopper there. But they might just like your products or the influencer or the values that you stand for. Or it might be a price sensitivity, and that discount really helped get them over the edge. So as a reminder, not everyone needs a discount, although it's always a nice little budge. But let's go ahead and let's keep and let's see what we've got next here. So the way that cashback works at a high level is that shoppers, rather than a pre-purchase discount, it's a post-purchase discount. It's where the shoppers pay full price. They're eligible to claim their discount, aka their cashback post-purchase, where some won't claim it at all, and that's totally fine. Like we said, they don't care. They're not price sensitive. And then if they do claim it, they're always given the choice. You can either claim it at that 20% back as cash or get 25 as site credit in the future. So with that said, the reason why cashback works so well is it's usually just 30 cents on the dollar is claimed as cash. About 20 cents on the dollar is claimed as a gift card, and about half tend not to be claimed at all. And so when shoppers are given choice, just like the quiz, you get to learn more about them. Why are they on the site? Are they incentivized for LTV? Do they just want that discount? And that's also really powerful for segmentation. If your shopper claims nothing, they're not price sensitive. If they claim site credit, that should be a different engagement going forward. And so what brands do with this extra margin is it actually enables them to have a more valuable discount opportunity. They can actually offer a steeper discount. If you go ahead and click that next slide. Firstly, we spoke about why this is great for brands, is that it's more profitable and it's fairly straightforward to use. With your existing stack, whatever great pop-up, quiz, email, and SMS tools you're using, this can slot right in. We're not a pop-up email or SMS tool, although I have thoughts on a great SMS company. And then separately, this is awesome for shoppers. Shoppers are given choice as to what incentive is best for them. Because it's more profitable, you can actually discount more aggressively. So you actually increase savings opportunities. And also, you could give them even more savings with that site credit. So what we found is like this works for those two sides of that marketplace, the brands and the shoppers alike. And for brands, the metrics have been really strong on that pop-up and welcome series A/B split. By not only using Fondue, but doing it with best practices and at times best partners, ConvertFlow and others like them, brands measure three core metrics. The first is list growth. Does the cashback test outperform the coupon code control? And there we tend to increase lists by 30%. That's super valuable now, especially as we get ready to utilize those lists in Q4 for BFCM. Number two is welcome series revenue. Given that you have a larger list, and given that you have more full price purchases, because folks aren't always claiming their cash back, you're just selling more stuff on the welcome series, on that automation. And then lastly is profit per conversion. Actually, Ethan, if you could actually jump back a slide.
Sure.
To really bring this profitability point, If you're doing 10% off as a coupon code, you always lose 10% guaranteed. Coupon codes are the best tech to like lose profit. With a 20% cashback, if it's unclaimed half the time and it's a site credit 20% of the time, it only costs you 30 cents on the dollar. So a third of 20 is 6.7% discount average per conversion. Meaning in this case, it's adding 3.3% more margin per sale. So we see in that 3 to 5% range, like that other slide. Ethan, do you think it makes sense for me to hop into a quick demo? You let me know where you think I should take this from here.
Yeah, I think totally. Yeah, let's dive into it, and then we'll come back to the slide here.
Sure. Yeah, we'll get into how folks launch this. So here, I'm going to share my screen.
Sure.
If you can see it, let me get a hell yeah, Ethan.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Cool. So this is one of our favorite brands called Cape Diablo. They were one of our first brands. Here they have a relatively standard pop-up. This is done through one of the big email and SMS companies where they were previously offering 10% off. After downloading the Fondue app, we simply went into that pop-up tool, and here they're offering a 20% cash back instead. So shoppers opt in, knowing there's a great savings opportunity. And then they don't utilize this full journey of inserting a quiz, and that's their choice. But in their welcome series, what they get thereafter is if you want to shop with cashback eligibility, use the link below. And this link below is a cashback UTM, so that when shoppers press this magical button, they're eligible for cashback. And by the way, these UTMs don't leak onto Rakuten, Honey, and Retail Me Not, or get distributed through them because it's not a coupon code. So it's way more secure. So shoppers press this button. They see throughout their journey that they're eligible for cashback, such as this toast. Most importantly is the cart, where the shopper sees that their full price purchase of $88 merits 20% cashback, which gets redeemed post-purchase from a confirmation email. And the cashback is voided if a coupon code makes it into checkout. Shoppers complete their purchase, get a Shopify receipt, a track your shipment email, and then the best notification of their life. Do you want to claim your cashback? And like we said, some shoppers won't claim it, and that's totally fine. They are not price sensitive. But if they do claim it, akin to a returns tool, we confirm that they're the shopper, where they either claim it as cash or as site credit back to the brand. So that's hopefully materializing what all of this is building towards. And to utilize Fondue at that top of a pop-up and quiz thereafter funnel is fairly tactical. You install the Fondue app, you create that cashback promotion, aka UTM, and then you just replace wherever there was a coupon code with that cashback UTM, edit the text to say 20% back instead of 10% off, and then you can go ahead and split test it. And then thereafter, when trust is built, we can gobble up all of the coupon codes that are found with ads, influencers, and affiliates. But really, this is part of an awesome playbook for list growth, welcome rev, and profit per conversion.
I love it. It's a beautiful solution, and it's a win for the consumer and a win for the brand. Maybe towards the end here of the workshop, you could cover a little bit how brands can implement a retention sequence leading to a retention offer to claim that cashback incentive there. That'd be awesome. Awesome. So now that we've heard on how to use cashback offers, that which can obviously increase your conversion rate if you're able to lead with a better incentive, and if it's increasing your profit at the same time, that's an amazing win. Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about here is increasing your sales and average order value with a quiz funnel. And what we essentially will be talking about here is guiding shoppers from low purchase intent pages, like your home page, maybe a collection page, maybe your blog page, and in some cases, even from paid ads, driving them into a quiz and then guiding them to purchase. So why a quiz or a quiz funnel? Well, because most stores are not designed to funnel shoppers from visit to purchase. Instead, they overwhelm their shoppers with too many options, and they don't make it easy to find the right product. So as a result, shoppers who don't find the right product bounce. And this leads to the high abandonment rate, which is one of the issues keeping brands from scaling profitably. So your store with a quiz funnel guides shoppers from visit to checkout and helps shoppers discover the right product in just a few clicks. So diving into this, most brands I see, they have a list subscribe offer. In some cases, when I do see a cashback offer instead of a discount, that's an amazing sight to see. And they've got these offers paired with a strong welcome sequence, hopefully. But the problem is that most welcome offers that I see across different brands close as soon as the shopper subscribes. So the brand is essentially just leaving the shopper alone at that point to browse the store, click on different product pages and collection pages. And if they don't find the right product quickly enough, they're going to bounce. And then when they do bounce, brands use every other channel they can to drive shoppers back to their store. They use email, SMS, postcards, ads. They've got all kinds of flows, nurture flows and cart abandonment flows and price drop flows. And there's all kinds of tactics that brands are implementing. But what we see with the fastest growing brands is that they're not leaving anything to chance and are guiding shoppers from the moment they land on the site, step by step to purchasing. Now, by collecting shopper preference data and purchase intent data with Quiz Funnel, you can guide shoppers to the right products, usually within 2 to 3 clicks. Depending on the type of product and what you're looking to do, you may need to have some more questions to maybe essentially educate the buyer on your product. But in most cases, it's pretty quick. You can, in 2 to 3 clicks, get them to the right product page. And at that point, with that data, you're able to personalize all these brand communications that you have with them, which are going to result in higher open rates and click-through rates and sales. So that includes personalizing your email flows, your SMS flows, and even retargeting ads. Now, by using a quiz funnel, you can make buying from your brand easy by simplifying the shopping experience and decision-making process for your shoppers. You can recommend products that get customers the outcome that they want. You can also help shoppers discover products that they might not have discovered otherwise. And you can increase your average order value by packaging your product recommendations as bundles, kits, or by giving shoppers an incentive to buy multiple products, such as free shipping for orders over a certain amount. And finally, you can give shoppers more reasons to buy with content on your recommendation page that educates the buyer a little bit more on your product. Might include some social proof, might have some frequently asked questions. And so you really get to communicate the right points to your shopper and sell the value that your product offers and the products that you're recommending offer. So let's take a look at a few brands here that are using quiz funnels as part of their process for driving sales. Here we have Primarily Pure, and this is their selfie quiz. So Primarily Pure is a skincare brand that started in 2014, and from the data that I found, has quickly scaled to 8 figures in revenue. They started with selling deodorant and have since expanded to skincare products. So their selfie quiz is promoted in their nav bar and on pages where customers, have multiple options in terms of products that they can choose, and they use the quiz to essentially guide people to the right product. Their quiz asks a series of questions about the shopper's current skin state, such as like their age, what's their current skincare routine, and then ultimately they recommend a routine and specific products to help them improve their skin state. So some of these questions include like skin tone, what's your skin tone, current like concerns regarding your skin, how much water you've consumed daily, your stress level, your time commitment to your skincare routine. And so based on this information, they actually even allow you to upload a selfie, which then analyzes areas of your face that could be improved. Really cool. But based on all that data, they recommend products as part of a routine designed to improve your skin. And as I went through it, it gave me a routine for improving dry skin. I hope I don't have dry skin. My girlfriend gets on me about putting moisturizer every morning, so hopefully that's not the case, but it gave me a solution and routine for improving dry skin, and presented a few products with 3 bundle options, which I thought was really great. They presented them as like good, better, and best, or your basics, the essentials, and the works. And their quiz result page also gave step-by-step instructions on how to use these products as part of a routine. It included the frequently asked questions and additional sections like reviews that help them drive the sale. Beyond that, they use the data from their quiz and their recommendation to personalize their welcome and abandonment flows. And you can kind of compare that to the experience of landing on a store's homepage and having to figure out which product is right for you and why. Being able to have that personalized experience that gets you to the right product or products in a matter of a few clicks, and it tells you what you need to know in order to buy, can create a much better experience. So here's another one from Beard Club, which uses their quiz to learn more about the customer's current beard status and recommends a specific beard trimmer kit based on the type of products needed to maintain the beard. And so longer beards probably require a little bit more maintenance, and so they recommend different kits for that. They've done a really good job with their quiz funnel as well. Now, here we have another one from Hyde, which is a skincare and makeup brand by the powerhouse team at Underlining. And so here, Hyde uses a shade finder quiz that's built with ConvertFlow to recommend the right foundation shade that matches the skin tone of the customer best. And their quiz result page, based on the quiz questions and things like that, is personalized and does a really good job at providing social proof and really communicating the information that a customer needs in order to purchase. They even do a limited time offer to include a specific product with this offer here, with the product that you're looking to buy. Next, we got House Labs by Lady Gaga. So they use a shade finder quiz built within ConvertFlow to drive customers who try out their new Discovery Kit, which they just launched. It essentially allows you to try out some of their foundation in like a sample size. And so when people do try out that product, they drive them to a quiz essentially that helps them find either a better match for their shade, and then recommends the right product, and then ultimately gets them to buy the full size of the product. Now, with shoppers that are going through your quiz funnel, you can essentially increase average order value even further with one-click upsell offers. So you can basically, depending on their quiz results and what items they added to the cart, show a personalized offer here that helps drive more items in the cart. And so this is almost like, a human sales rep being able to walk your customers step by step through the shopping experience and ask if they want fries with that, or recommend complimentary items. And ultimately, this experience is automated and being able to deliver a personalized experience that a human could, but at scale. So having a personalized upsell offer like this is just a second opportunity that you have in order to increase average order value and improve your return on ad spend. So we'll take a look at two examples of upsell offers so you can get an idea of how to implement them in your own funnel. The first one here is from Simple Shot. So Simple Shot sells slingshots and was able to increase their average order value by 17% by giving shoppers a personalized upsell offer when a customer added in a slingshot to the cart. So this led to a 36% add to cart rate on the upsell campaign, a 17% increase in average order value, an 82% rise in purchases on key accessory items, and in total, a 25% increase in gross sales. Now, if we could make one suggestion on how to improve things, possibly using a cashback offer here instead of a discount would have helped improve their margins and profit. But as you can see, a personalized upsell offer like this can definitely increase average order value and increase your return on ad spend. Now, looking at another example here, we've got Nailboo, which sells at-home products for at-home manicures and pedicures. And so in their upsell offer, they chose to focus on one specific product instead of showing multiple products that complemented their cart. And by focusing on one product, they're able to better sell the value of that product by including more content that educates the customer on this specific product. So they've included more copy, a video, some additional information here as well. And again, they could have improved this with a cashback offer as well, increase their profits and margins. All right. So far you've seen how to increase your profits with cashback offers and how to increase your sales and average order value with a quiz funnel. So if you're not currently using any of these strategies, then implementing will definitely help you increase your return on ad spend and help you scale more profitably. Next, we're going to be talking about one additional campaign that you can use to improve your return on ad spend. So we'll make this like a bonus tactic that you can get in today's workshop, and that is the retention offer. So before I dive into the actual retention offer page that you can drive people to, Oren, do you want to give us an idea of how retention sequences work and how cashback offers could lead to that?
Sure. So from my perspective, depending on how your shopper filled in the quiz, that's like extraordinarily telling about why they've engaged with the brand, and a great way to segment and personalize to have really effective, win-back campaigns. And that's super complementary to the cashback, because like we said before, cashback gives shoppers choice of the incentive that's best for them. For the shopper who elects to redeem their cashback as site credit, this is the most underutilized retention flow we see, is the site credit flow. Even if you're not on cashback, which turns what would have been 1 out of 5 coupon codes into site credit, the site credit flow is great. If you hear from the voice of a brand founder, particularly via SMS, and it's a person and not a company, who says, we've all got gift cards burning holes in our wallet, don't forget you've got some with us. And then you send them, like you have here, to this like really compelling landing page to have like simple one click. Because what we see when people have site credit is they tend to spend 2.56 the value of that site credit. Of the typical AOV when they complete that purchase with a site credit. So it's a great place to reach, or to just have a subscription on a landing page. So by learning about your shopper through quizzes, by learning about your shopper from their cashback redemption data, like you should meet shoppers with where they're at. So you send good, compelling messages to people.
Love it. Yeah, and so when you do drive them to a specific page where they can use their credit, or they can also claim it as like gift cards as well, right? So store credit or gift cards. Right?
One of the same in my mind, right?
Got it.
Yes, I'm using those terms synonymously.
Cool. Yeah, so when you drive them to a specific page, you can, mention how much they have in credit on that page, and then actually recommend which products they should use that credit to purchase based on what products they purchased in the past. So with ConvertFlow, for example, you could do all kinds of product recommendation based on their history on the website, what the items they have in the cart. You can even do two-way syncs with tools like Klaviyo, allowing you to personalize your product recommendations based on segmentation data in Klaviyo. And so if they've purchased a specific product in the past or products, then you can recommend specific products here for them to use their credit on when making a purchase. So retention offers, definitely something you would like, you should implement. It's something that I think cashback, you guys make really easy to implement and really increase lifetime value with. And with ConvertFlow, you can build out these product recommendation pages that are personalized to the shopper. And so that can increase your conversion rates and your sales. So there you have it. This is the cashback and quiz funnel strategy. At the end of this workshop, we'll share a link where you can get the funnel map, which is what you're seeing here on the screen, plus some matching templates that you can use to implement this funnel as soon as possible. And all right, so we'll talk about here how to get started with cashback offers and quiz funnels, and then we will do a Q&A so we can discuss any sort of questions that you might have here. So Fondue. Oren, tell us a little bit about how to get started with Fondue and cashback.
It's pretty straightforward. Firstly, you're totally welcome to reach out to me if you have any questions. Oren at getfondue.com, on Twitter, Ocharnoff on LinkedIn. So that's number one. Number two, you just go ahead and take it to the Shopify App Store. You download the Fondue app, and then we will help you with that implementation. Most often it's brands adding us to their PostScript, Klaviyo, email and SMS tools and pop-up tools alike, where we will build a mirror of that pop-up and email and SMS welcome flow, replace those coupon codes with the cashback language and links, and then we'll do a split test and share the data. So it's pretty straightforward. Reach out to me where I'll tell you that same thing, or download the app and then reach out to me.
Nice. Awesome. And then for ConvertFlow, if you want to build a quiz funnel using landing pages, pop-ups, you can promote your quiz funnel with pop-ups as well. You can head over to convertflow.com/start, and there you'll get your first month free of ConvertFlow. So this will give you access to a funnel builder for landing pages, pop-ups, quizzes, one-click upsells that syncs with Shopify, Klaviyo, PostScript, Attentive as well. And yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our team. You can reach out to me directly at Ethan at ConvertFlow, or to our team as well through live chat. We're all there to help you out and get started. All right, so let's cover some questions here. Let's see. So I see we've got a few.
We do have some questions. Just a point on that previous page, convertflow.com/start. That's where you can also get the templates and stuff like that that's on there as well. So that we've talked about in the workshop. So all that stuff is there for free, and you can just go to that page and it's all there. Awesome. But yes, we do have some questions. So first one, I'm going to go in kind of order of when they were asked. So Oren, this one is relating to Fondue. Best for you to answer this one. It's from Thierry. And how does Fondue integrate with Klaviyo and Shopify? Is it easy for e-commerce brands and customers?
Yeah, you bet it is. So firstly, yeah, this is available to date exclusively for Shopify is number one. And number two, we are Popup email and SMS tool agnostic, though we do have a favorite, but it works the same across all of them. So with Klaviyo, you could literally just add us as a manager. Because the integration isn't that technical, it's more tactical. It's copy edits and it's putting UTM links instead of coupon codes. And UTM links are there. Any offsite ad or email and SMS is just come to the website. So we just put that into that call to action link. And also on your pop-up, we can make it that the cashback auto applies, but that's entirely on our side. So this is built for Shopify and quite often used by tools like Klaviyo. And shoppers love it. They have the opportunity to save more money and brands make more margin. So those are my biased answers to that great question.
Cool. Awesome. So next question is from Angela with, again, for Oren related to Fondue. With Fondue, can you remind customers of their built-up site credit to encourage a next purchase?
Yes, you can. And even if you're not using Fondue, this is a retention flow to use. We think it is the most overlooked and underrated. It's an awesome opportunity to say, I care about you as a shopper, I'm empathetic to you as a person, and come buy something from my site, all in the same sentence.
Cool. Thank you. Okay, so this next one is from Robert. I think it's relating to Fondue possibly, or just generally. We can kind of each answer this specific to each person's tool. But Robert asks, I would prefer not to use Shopify. What are your thoughts on using either Thrivecart or Checkout for checkout or WooCommerce with WordPress for keeping first-party data and conversion rate optimization?
So I think before I answer it, Ethan, right, you're platform agnostic, correct? It's not only for Shopify.
Correct.
So I feel like you'll have a heck of a lot more of a perspective on this than I would.
Yeah, so essentially, whether you want to use WooCommerce or Thrivecart or Shopify, it really depends on, I guess, how much you want to manage the platform and what you're more comfortable with. Regarding keeping first-party data and conversion rate optimization, that data is going to be stored primarily in your email marketing and SMS marketing tools. You can also, keep a good bit, obviously, within your customer data platform, like your e-commerce platform. But when it comes to conversion rate optimization, with ConvertFlow, we're either using the data from the email marketing tool or SMS marketing tool. For Shopify, we have created a really seamless experience for brands to do conversion rate optimization based on their Shopify data, like what items people are adding to the cart, things like that. So it is a better experience when using Shopify. We do have it on the roadmap to support WooCommerce and Magento and some other e-commerce platforms in the future. But right now, you can currently use ConvertFlow with any of them. It just requires a little bit more manual work to get things set up rather than being plug and play like with Shopify.
Cool. And then another question from Thierry. So concerning ConvertFlow, so for you, Ethan, if I'm working to bilingual D2C, is it easy with ConvertFlow to create a pop-up a quiz that can appear according to URL. For example, one quiz for French version of the website and another one for the English version of the website.
Totally. You can target your different pop-up campaigns based on keywords or parameters in the URL. It's really easy for you to sort of localize the experience of those pop-ups and pages and things like that you create. We've got a lot of brands that are using us across a lot of localized versions of their store. So yep, easy to do. And we'll be happy to help you get that set up if you have any questions.
Cool. So that is the last question that's written in here. If anyone else does have a question, feel free to put it in the questions thing now. But yeah, I do have actually a question for Ethan, because I know it's something that gets asked a lot by people starting to use ConvertFlow and starting to use quizzes. Like, what's the best way of actually like the strategy behind creating that quiz and like mapping it out? Like, what's the best way of actually going from I want to build a quiz to actually having the structure of your quiz mapped out and clear?
I think it depends on where you're trying to meet your shopper. So for example, if you're trying to meet them on the home page or on a specific page where you're like recommending specific products and helping them navigate the store faster, then your quiz questions can model your navigation. So for example, let's say you're a furniture store, you have bedroom furniture, living room furniture, outdoor furniture. And then within those collections, you've got all kinds of sub collections. Maybe within living room furniture, you have couches, coffee tables, things like that. And so essentially having the quiz questions model your navigation, where the first question might be like, which bedroom are you looking to furnish? Which room are you looking to furnish? It could be your bedroom, your living room, outdoor area. They click on that answer. And then from there, move into a question that asks them, for items or like the sub collection, essentially. Are you looking for couches, coffee tables, things like that? And then based on that, you can either go a level deeper and get them to the right product page, or you can just get them to the right collection page and I'll let them kind of like scroll through and find the right product. So that would be the fastest way to implement a quiz. Now for brands that have fewer products or really focused on one specific product, then you may want to ask questions that help you personalize the result page where you sell that product. So for example, in the case of like skincare, being able to figure out what the concerns are of the customer, what their goals are, being able to prescribe a solution using your product and educate that customer on the solution. You can structure your questions in a way that allow you to do that. And sometimes you may have different types of customers. Like for example, if you sell to, like let's say at-home moms, that might be one customer type. There might be another customer type, which could be like, let's say teachers or something like that. If you have specific types of customers that are really popular and make up a big segment of your customer base, being able to segment your questions based on that customer type and then drive them to the right like recommendation page for that customer type can also be useful. So you could structure questions like that as well. So there's 3 ways to think about building a quiz. Cool.
Awesome. We do have one more question from Robert, just following up on the whole Shopify versus WooCommerce thing. So I'm just going to put it out there because it's kind of related, just a general like platform choice question. So Robert asks, what would be the disadvantages of using WooCommerce instead of Shopify? And just a little bit of expansion on that. He says, I have technical ability and I'm good with analytics and have experience with WooCommerce, as I have reservations about using Shopify and don't understand why so many people use it. Yeah, I mean, first thing that I'd say on that is generally Shopify is the first place I'd go, is because it integrates with so many other kind of things, and like the big app store, you have the amazing functionality of Shopify, but also everything on the app store as well. If you kind of like choose wisely with all that, you don't want too many apps. But yeah, that's kind of like the first thing that I'd say on that. But if you want to I'll open that up to you guys for an answer on kind of the WooCommerce versus Shopify debate.
Totally. So I think Yeah, sorry. So I think if you even take like the discussion today, ConvertFlow has Shopify native functionality. Fondue was built initially for there. This is where the best products are getting built to have the lowest time to value and the most meaningful integrations. If you're technical, while perhaps you have the it sounds like you do have the skill set to do so, but the time to value is longer. Your ability to A/B test things quickly is done. I think on Shopify, it's also where you have the most options. There are more integrations per like functionality, like reviews there, which just breeds incredible competition to have, so that there isn't feature parity. So I think in terms of time to value, and the last is Shopify's integrating into retailers in a way that WooCommerce isn't. Shopify's integrating internationally in a way that WooCommerce isn't. And lastly, Shopify is driving traffic to your site through things like Shop Cash, which WooCommerce is not. So I think it's really compelling to be used today, and it's only going to get better for them to continue to, eclipse all the other platforms. So yeah,
I also heard.
I'm a groupie.
I heard that Shopify also, with their Shopify audiences, a lot of brands are starting to get great results with that. And so there's the ecosystem effect and of, the network effect of having all these brands on their platform, and then being able to potentially run more targeted ads in a time of like post iOS updates, making things a little harder for brands. Yeah, so it sounds like there's just a compounding reasons to essentially join Shopify and build on them. Awesome. Let's see here. All right, so any more questions, or if you have one, feel free to drop it in. Otherwise, it's been great having you all on here. And Oren, really appreciate you joining us.
I have a question for you, Ethan. Why doesn't every site have a quiz? Or rather, should every site have a quiz?
It's a challenge we are definitely working on solving. But should every site have a quiz? I think it depends on a number of factors, but and I don't think every site should have a quiz, but I think sites that do have multiple products and they want to create a guided shopping experience. So they don't want to personally handhold every customer through the shopping experience, or they don't want to deal with super high abandonment rates. I think, in that case, if you want to control the thought process that your customers are going through, there's no better way to do that than a quiz that's dynamic. Even driving people to a landing page, which I would say is the second best, or it may be a great alternative in some cases, especially if you're focusing on one product. If you need to educate that customer in a way that static content on the landing page can't, a quiz can be really helpful to do that. So it's something I would recommend most brands at least experiment with.
Cool. Thanks for taking my bonus question.
We're excited here to see Cashback, kind of get exposed to a lot more brands. We're excited to see you guys have a much bigger impact in the community now. This is exciting times for you guys.
Just the beginning. Let's go.
Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, if there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and wrap up. There will be a replay of today's workshop. And again, before we wrap up, let's see, let's drop in the links to get started, just so that it's a little bit easier for everyone to go through these. Michael, do you want to drop in those links if you have them accessible?
Just in the chat?
Yeah, I'll, let's see here.
Okay.
I'm just going to post Ethan's cell phone number and home address real quick too.
Thank you. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Feel free to stop by. I'll make you some coffee.
Okay, thanks.
You can meet my dog Moo.
Bring it.
All right, perfect. Awesome. Sounds good. Thanks everyone for joining. Feel free to click on those links to get started with cashback offers and quiz funnels. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us as well. Appreciate you all. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, guys.